Preparing for the National UKTA conference in 2012,
We are.
Lynn. Yes. You have been working hard for months on this project already.
Yeah, we've been putting quite a bit in, really probably since the summer, actually. Um, yeah, there's a fair amount to do in terms of sort of following up on the venue, which was already identified actually by kind of the previous person that was involved in the conference.
Yeah.
But then talking to the hotel, working out if it was a suitable venue for what we'd got planned. Talking to other people because obviously when we do a TA conference, we normally have exams running at the same time or just before. So making sure that that was going to work. And then just thinking about, how we wanted the event to take place, the timings, the presenters. There's quite a bit to be involved, and of course everybody that is involved, and myself, Leilani, Keith Morton, Francis Townsend, all of us are doing it really alongside the day job. So, you know, yeah,
The joys of volunteering, Lynn.
exactly, exactly.
Yes. So, can you tell us a little bit about the shape of the conference then? What have you got planned?
Yeah, this year, what we wanted to do, because it's a joint conference with the IDTA and the ITA, which we're really excited about, we think is fantastic, because it gives us the opportunity for people really, across all of the fields of TA to be able to mix together, to be able to come together and to get that real sense of community, which is I think it's a really big part of kind of the TA conference. And I think, from the feedback that I've been getting from people, it's one of the main reasons why people go, along with the opportunity for CPD, but that's very important. So we've had that in mind really in terms of how we've been structuring the conference and what we've been thinking about. So we've wanted to ensure that there was, a good space for people to be able to network and get together and socialise and talk to people. There'll be plenty of time allowed for that, enough breaks between the workshops. That we're also offering plenty of time around lunch times and in the evenings, so people could get together as well, on an informal basis to meet and talk, as well as to be involved in the more formal side of things with the seminars and the workshops. One of the other things that we wanted to do as well was to really represent all of the different aspects of TA across the four fields, so that people who are coming to this conference who perhaps might not have come to a national TA conference where it wasn't just the psychotherapy field, but where it was just psychotherapy, but haven't perhaps had the experience of it being psychotherapy and education, organisation and counselling. So to make sure that that's accounted for really, because we think that's very important.
Yeah, so you're catering to really a wide audience, and I guess you
Yeah,
want. Yeah. Mm.
yeah, we're hoping that that's what we've achieved. Yeah, we're hoping that that's what we've achieved.
And I mean, it might just be me because I'm not in the TA field, but could you just let us know what those acronyms are? I hear you saying ITA, IDTA.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, the ITA is the Institute of Transaction Analysis,
Mm.
and the IDTA is the Institute of Developmental Transaction Analysis.
Okay.
And the IDTA represents the fields of education and organisational TA.
Right. Okay. Wow, that is really a wide range. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds really
yeah,
exciting. Mm.
yeah. It is. It is. It's very exciting. We're pleased, and we're also pleased, of course, that we've got Margot Sunderland as our keynote speaker. I won't say too much about her because I think I'll leave that for Leilani, so that she can talk about Margot and the program of presenters and workshops and what we've got planned on that side of things.
Mm. Okay, so we'll look forward to talking to Leanne about that. How many
Yeah.
days is the conference then?
It starts on the Friday,
Okay.
and it runs through to the Sunday. We're starting sort of late after, well, that tea time-ish, about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And there'll be the usual opening for the conference with the keynote, and then we'll go into a series of workshops for sort of roundabout tea time into the early evening, really. And then we'll go into having a break and we'll go to sort of dinner for the evening. Then the Saturday, the programme is really probably anybody who's been to a conference before will be quite familiar with, which is a full day of workshops, both in the morning and in the afternoon, with a gala dinner in the evening where we'll have the presentations and celebrations for all those people who've passed the CTAs, which is always such a fantastic part of conference. And then the Sunday, a workshop programme that runs up to lunch, starts about 9:30, I think, and then finishes around about 12:30, if I'm right. So, there's plenty of opportunity there for people to, attend a really wide series of workshops across, across hopefully what is going to be a really good and exciting program.
Yeah. So there's lots in there. There's presentations, there's workshops, lots of time for networking, it sounds like, as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah, and
connection.
there'll be some of the things that people might be familiar with before. For people who are new to conference, and what we have sort of on the Friday before the conference starts is a sort of newbies group where people can get together who've not been to conference before and start to meet people really. Because it can be quite a daunting thing to go to an event like this and not necessarily be sure if you're going to know anybody. So we like to make sure that people who are new to conference, do meet people early on, and so they can begin to sort of socialize and get to know people really. So that takes place. We also have a thing called the Larks group as well, which runs sort of very early in the morning. I think it's about 7:30 ish normally, and that's an opportunity for people to have some process time actually, because quite often conference is, it's quite a stimulating event, and people sometimes need time to process that with other people, so that runs as well. So we're quite excited about all of the things that we've got planned.
It sounds great. So if people want to be up early for breakfast, there's something there
That's
as well.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, there is. There
Um,
is.
I'm wondering about the venue. Could you tell us a little bit about where it is, what kind of venue you've got?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Harrogate is. I don't know if anybody is familiar with the place, but it's a really lovely town, spa town with a lot of history attached to it. One of the things we are hoping to do actually is to arrange some, maybe to see if we can get some discounts for people who are staying in Harrogate for a little while and want to visit some of the attractions that there are. There's the sort of spa visit attractions that are there, which people can go and have a look at. There's an art gallery. There's the Harlow Car, which is a Royal Horticultural place that's just outside Harrogate. So some interesting places to visit. Plus the fact it's, in Yorkshire, there's some great countryside around if anybody's a keen walker. So there's all that. The hotel itself is it's quite an old hotel. It's a sort of Victorian building, pretty large. Had fairly recently been refurbished because actually I think they had a fire about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So they've done quite a lot of work in terms of refurbishing some of the main areas, and it's I think it's a very nice hotel. I think the standard of rooms are good, good to excellent actually, and I hope people will find it very comfortable and that they will enjoy their stay there.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth making the effort to travel to Yorkshire, come to
Oh,
Harrogate, and experience the hotel and the conference, and
yes, I think so. I
yeah,
think so. Yeah, and not to be able to perhaps make a long weekend of it because there's plenty of other things to see and do in and around the area as well. So it doesn't have to just be the conference. There are other things for people to do as well.
yeah, sounds like a really worthwhile weekend. And of course, the conference is spreading its net much wider too than those who have the time and resources to be able to come to Harrogate. Maybe people in other parts of the world
That's right.
who are interested in what you're developing here. We're going to be streaming.
We
Um, mm,
Yeah, and I'm very excited about this. I mean, this is the first time that we've, attempted anything like this. And the intention is that we're going to be able to, take a number of, ask some of the presenters if they're willing to, to take their workshop really and amend it, change it, make it suitable for live streaming so that people, hopefully all around the world, because of course TA is a worldwide network of people who are practicing, and we're hoping that we'll get people from as far afield maybe as Australia and New Zealand and India who might want to catch up with the conference maybe the next day. Maybe other people from Europe will actually sit and be involved in the process whilst it's actually happening, and get involved, because of course there'll be chat rooms so people can ask questions of the presenters. I think it's a great opportunity for people as well who perhaps don't always get the opportunity to see some of the people that will be, some of the presenters that will be at this conference from the UK, who don't always get the opportunity to see them, to see what they've got to say.
So, I mean, come to Harrogate if at all possible. Those opportunities are going to be fantastic to be in the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, to be in the room and to see people and to network and to be with your colleagues, that's fantastic. But if you can't do that, if you haven't got the time, the money, the resources, or actually, it's just too far, then join us over the internet.
Yep. Come, be with us in the chat room, see the
Yeah,
presenters.
yeah,
Also be a
and
good
take
option.
part in that way. Yeah.
So, Lynn, if someone's thinking, oh, I'm not sure, do I have enough time? Is this where I should put my resources? Is this the conference that I should come to? What would you say to them?
Well, I think it's their choice, really, isn't it? But I think I think this year is going to be a really good conference. I think it's going to be a really good conference. And if you can't make it for the full conference, then at least come for a day, because of course there's the option, you don't have to come for the whole thing. There's the options to come on the Friday, just to come for a half day, just to come on the Sunday, or come on the Saturday. For a full day on the Saturday, get involved with that, and stay for the dinner in the evening.
Yep, that sounds irresistible,
Yeah,
Lynn. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Well, the online events team are looking forward to interviewing each of the presenters as the organisers. Sorry, and thank you, Lynn, for being prepared to be the first to have a
No
go
problem.
at the interviewing. Thank you, and we look forward to speaking to Leanne and the others in your team, and hopefully some of the workshop presenters will do a little interview. So if people can come to the Facebook page, the website, just check out the videos and just keep up with the progress of the conference, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. It'd be good.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Lynn. Look forward to seeing you at the conference.
Okay.